Okay, guys, I'm going to largely address the body paragraphs PowerPoint since weren't really any questions involving conclusions. First question that came up is having to do with eliminating repetition. Having clear points will help alleviate this problem. Anything that sounds the same, group those things together, either in the same paragraph or in shorter paragraphs, one after the other. Prioritize your points that sound similar and use the one or ones that are most relevant to your main point. Also, have somebody else look at your essay. They will be able to catch those redundancies. Because remember, you are very close to what it is you're writing. Everything's going to sound the same. So by getting somebody else's input, they're in a different mindset than you are. They aren't 100% where you're coming from. They're not inside your head. So they'll be able to catch those things. As far as ending your paragraphs, take a look at the sample essays we've looked at, and in any of the ones in the Norton Field Guide or any essay or article anywhere. How do those authors end their paragraphs? There really is no right or wrong answer here. In a way, the last sentence of one paragraph will be dependent on the first sentence of the next paragraph and vice versa. And this is where those transitional words and phrases come in. And as for having the wandering mind and you're kind of all over the place, that's what drafting is for. In early drafts, wander away. This is a type of free writing. Get all your thoughts out on your topic, and use this to do a couple of things. Use it to figure out what you already know and where you need to do a little digging to make things more clear and to fill in any gaps. And this way you'll also more readily find any places that you are redundant, speaking of eliminating repetition, and information that doesn't move your essay forward. It'll be in the revising and editing process that you'll alter and eliminate info from your draft. Now, what I'm going to do this afternoon is post an essay that I wrote. Oh, did I close that folder? I did. How dare I close that folder? I wrote this piece. Let's see. Which one is this one? Research paper. So I wrote this in the spring of 2004 for a Shakespeare class, and if let's see, it was Shakespeare 2. So if memory serves, Shakespeare 2 was the tragedies, because in this particular piece I wrote about Hamlet and Othello. And while this is by no stretch a perfect research paper, there are flaws in it, and looking back on it now, let's see, I said I wrote this in 2004, so we're looking at almost 10 years ago. Yikes. I see a lot of errors that I made, especially now looking at it as a teacher. I'm seeing errors that I made. But what I'd like you to look at specifically are my introduction, my conclusion, and the tone that I took while I'm writing this research paper, and how I've included my sources. Now, I haven't always done it in each instance correctly, but I just want you to take a look at how things are included. What types of transitions do I use? How do I go from one idea to the next? How do I incorporate not only the text of Hamlet and Othello, but outside research as well? There are 4 works cited. They are not done correct. What we consider done correctly, because they were done in the older style of MLA format before the new changes were made in 2009. But just take a look at how the essay is written, and I will also throw up a companion response board. This one won't be anything that you'll be graded on, but it'll be a place for you to discuss with each other how this paper was created, how my argument was created, kind of like what we did with the first assignment, only you're going to be breaking down my argument versus a stranger's. And feel free to make a mess of it, because believe me, it's not, like I said, it's not anywhere near perfect. If you have any other questions about body paragraphs, conclusions, transitions, essay writing, assignments, what have you. The Ask a Question board and Talk with a Professor boards, email, you know where to find me. Happy writing!